Hey everyone, this is David Brown with the migration update for March 9th, 2022 at the Braddock Bay Hawk Watch. Today was overcast with light winds, so not a very good day for hawks to be flying, and not a very good day for photography either. But the one highlight was how many ducks and geese were out on the bay. There were light southerly winds overnight, so there was a bit of non-raptor migration in the early morning, such as this killdeer and also blackbirds. Here we have a female wood duck, and the one thing that can help you identify wood ducks in flight is that they have a fairly long tail, and from a distance it looks more squared off. Pintails also have long tails, but they look very pointy. Here we have a northern flicker, which is a kind of woodpecker, and the variety we have in the eastern USA are the yellow shafted, so you can see that the shafts of the feathers are yellow. Here we have a flock of migrating tundra swans. We are continuing to see tundra swans and Canada geese migrating in decent numbers, but we did not have any snow geese today. That pale mallard that we saw a couple days ago was still hanging around the bay today, and I was able to get some more flight shots. Here is an adult male northern harrier hunting the marsh. This American robin was perched on the platform, and we may think that we all just instinctively know how to identify robins, but when we see them up close, we can get a look at some of the field marks, such as the white around the eye, the yellow bill, and also the contrast between the orange front versus the gray back. Here we have one hawk diving on another. The top one is a sharp-shinned hawk, and the bottom one is an adult red-shouldered hawk. Here's a look at the underside of the red-shouldered hawk, so we can get a hint of the orange undersides, but more importantly, we can see the tail pattern with the thin white stripe, and also just this overall patterning on the wings, including the pale crescents near the wingtips. Here we have the sharp-shinned hawk, so we see that it's an accipiter because of the long tail. We see that the wings are kind of short and stocky, although that's tough to tell with the angle. The head looks relatively small, and the tail looks more squared off rather than rounded. The tail feathers on sharp-shinned hawks are more approximately the same length compared to the Cooper's hawk, where the outer tail feathers can be quite a bit shorter than the central tail feathers. I was also able to get a size impression for this bird just because of its movement, how quickly it was flapping and how quickly it could turn. The continuing northern shrike was around for much of the day. This juvenile light morph rough-legged hawk was hunting the marsh. Here we see it hovering, meaning that it was staying in place in the air and flapping to hold its position. Here's a kind of strange goose that we saw today. This goose came in with a huge number of Canada geese. There were thousands of Canada geese out on the bay and no snow geese at all. And this individual has a dark body, but a white neck and head. So I think that this might be a hybrid between a Canada goose and a snow goose. There is also a dark morph of snow goose, sometimes called blue goose, and those can look similar to this, but usually they would have some dark markings on the neck and also some white on the wings that I wasn't able to see. So I think this was a hybrid, but I'm curious what other people think as well. And I took this photo using my cell phone through my spotting scope. The bird was really far away, so the quality is not very good. Here we have a helicopter, of course, but it's not a real helicopter. This was a remote-controlled helicopter. And sometimes we see people flying them in the park, and they're kind of cool. There's been a common eider hanging out on the lake, kind of working its way up and down the shoreline at various times, and someone let me know that it was visible from the East Spit. And so when I left the Hawk Watch today, I went over to the East Spit and was able to see the immature male common eider. If we look at the eBird checklist, we see that today we had 51 species. I think this may be the first day that we got up over 50 species. So definitely more bird variety starting to show up, and the number of species will continue going up throughout the season, and usually a peak day in May, I can get 100 species for the Hawk Watch. And if we look at the HawkCount report, we see that the only migrants today were 7 turkey vultures, 1 sharp-shinned hawk, and 1 red-shouldered hawk for a total of 9. And like I said, the conditions just weren't that good today. There was just 1 hour where the sun started to peek through the clouds a little bit and gave the birds some lift, and that's when all of those raptors came through. But otherwise, a pretty slow day, mostly spent looking through ducks. The new species I had for the season today were horned grebe and white-breasted nuthatch, and I guess I could also count the common eider if I wanted to, but since it was out on the lake off the East Spit, that felt a little like cheating. The forecast for tomorrow is cloudy early, then partial clearing with a high of 4 Celsius and light northwest winds. So tomorrow could actually be an okay day once the sun starts to pop out and build some thermals. So should be a pretty nice day tomorrow. For Friday, we're looking at clouds and then snow showers in the afternoon. High just above freezing. Winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 kilometers per hour. So cloudy with a bad wind direction, probably won't be much migrating. And Saturday, potential winter storm. So we'll keep an eye on Saturday. The count might be canceled. Looks like we're going to get quite a bit of snow with strong winds. All right, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And also subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any videos when they're uploaded. This is David Brown. Thanks for watching.